All right, should be up and running here. Got about 4.5 minutes until the close. So we'll check up on the market. Don't think it's going to change all too much. Definitely not going to change the bias going into tomorrow. Let's go ahead and get started. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for March 7th, 2022. Qs down 3.6%, SPY down 2.8, IWM down 2.4. Came into today bearish on the Qs, neutral on the SPY. Now the only reason I wasn't neutral on the SPY is because as of Friday, we still had this hourly pivot still intact. So the SPY had not gone into a downtrend yet. But if we take that out, then bearish on the SPY, and then we actually are bearish on the Qs and the SPY. So going into tomorrow, still going to be bearish. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a small gap up or a slight move up tomorrow, maybe a sell setup at the declining 20, something like that, going into tomorrow afternoon. Okay, but back to bearish on the Qs and SPY. Okay, we were a little bit more bearish leaning. Coming into today, we had like a small gap down that kind of recovered, but then we spent the whole day grinding lower. All right. All right. Interestingly enough, my plays from today were all long, and they were long in the energy related sector, which has been really on a tear. But let's take a look at them. My first play was the SDPI. Okay, SDPI. I like that it had a very nice daily. Okay, daily, you can see breaking out of a range. Big rounded bottom there, and then gapping up, clearing some resistance. How is it going to deal with this resistance to the left? I'd like to be in it, and I'd like to find out. So, all right, here on the SDPI here was the entry. All right, played a breakout right here. I like the bars getting nice and tight. Got a breakout. Did get to 1R, but then started to come in, and I decided to trail it under 35. So actually trailed right there. So that was the first play. Partial loss on the first play. Now, I got into other plays before this. I knew what the outcome of this play would be. The other play, the next play, was the OP. Now, both of these, penny stocks, low price stocks, and a little bit wild. So kind of when I was in these at the same time, I was saying, if I'm going to take another play, it shouldn't be in the same sector, shouldn't be related to these. And I'd like if it wasn't this kind of play, or at least this kind of trading symbol. Okay, so here's the entry on the OP. This was a 6-cent stop. 85 by 79. Okay, you can see the 1 minute base there, and here is the 2 minute pullback. All right, 2 minute pullback here, and then we played over that red bar. Okay, so that was the first play. Okay, was pretty good to start things off. Good follow through, and then I decided to do an ad, and the ad made things tricky. Now, we've talked about this in the past. Ads are challenging, can be aggressive, because you potentially could mess up a nice winning play already. Right? You never want to add to a play that's not working. So that's not something we do in the room, like average down on plays. So we got the run up, right? We already had a nice play. We were in it from 85, stopped 79, ran all the way up to 104. Okay. So that's what, 19 cents on 6, already went 3 R's. And then I decided to add to it. Okay, added to it right over there. We had a nice pop. And then I said, let's go ahead and take, if you did the ad, take some more. Here's where it got difficult. Then we got this hard pullback right back down. And actually, any portion of the ad now is negative. So I didn't like that. And kind of didn't like that. I was kind of felt like I was messing up the play. So I went ahead and killed it down here. Now, you know, it didn't look good. Looked like it was going lower, but then kind of moved back up. So the original piece, if you'd stayed at 79 cents as the stop, then you really had a nice potential play on your hands. Okay. But unfortunately for me, yeah, I got kind of shaken out. Now, it was still a good play on this, still did well. Just didn't do as well as could have. And really, that's trading for you. I don't think, you know, on this one, it's just the decision that I made. I decided to doing the ad brought the stop up, and also added more shares back on. So, you know, it became harder to manage. Okay. And then at the end of the day, I guess, you know, it dropped hard and actually got halted. Didn't even reopen here until the end of the day. You can see here 15 minutes before the end of the day is where it got halted. All right, here's the daily on this, just transitioning here. This is like I played the IO not too long ago. IO is doing the same thing. Transitioning here on the daily. They're probably related, but yeah, OP obviously much nicer, at least on the day that I played it. Okay. All right. So that's gonna do it for today's market wrap. Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed. Talked about this in the afternoon. Just kind of, if I hadn't done the ad, this would have been a pretty nice play. But because I did the ad and brought the stop up, got a little bit too aggressive with it. But I didn't know at the time, so. But yeah, that was it. Partial loss on the SDPI. Much nicer winner on the OP. And it could have been even better, but that's how it is sometimes. All right, so going into tomorrow, still bearish on the Qs and SPY. Wouldn't be surprised if we get a small gap up or a small rally tomorrow morning first, just because we are multiple bars down now. If we get a gap down into support, into the lows there, it's probably a short-term buying opportunity. All right, but we'll see. All right, guys, I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a good evening.